Have you ever wondered why your money seems to disappear so quickly? It's a common question, and the answer often lies in the absence of an effective budget. Budgeting is a crucial tool that allows you to control your spending, save money, and reach your financial goals. Think about it this way. Imagine you're on a journey. Without a map, you'd likely lose your way. A budget serves as your financial roadmap, guiding you towards your monetary objectives. It's not about restricting your spending, but rather making smarter choices with your hard-earned cash. When you budget, you're essentially deciding in advance how to allocate your funds. This helps to prevent frivolous spending, encourages saving, and can even alleviate the stress often associated with financial uncertainty. So if you've ever felt like you're just working to pay bills, remember that a well-planned budget can be the key to changing that narrative. Understanding where your money goes is the first step towards financial freedom. The first step in creating a budget is to track your income and expenses. But why is this so essential? Well, think of it as the foundation of your financial house. Without knowing what's coming in and what's going out, it's nearly impossible to construct a solid, sustainable budget. So, how do you go about tracking your income and expenses? First, record every source of income. This includes your regular salary, any side jobs, rental income, dividends, or even that birthday money from Aunt Betty. No amount is too small to be noted. Next, track every single expense. Yes, even that dollar you spent on a cup of coffee or the loose change that went into the parking meter. It's these little things that often slip through the cracks and can make a big difference over time. It's like trying to fill a bucket with a tiny hole at the bottom. You might not notice the leak at first, but over time, it can leave your bucket empty. Now, you may be wondering, how do I categorize my expenses? It's simple. Divide them into 3 categories: needs, wants, and savings. Needs are your non-negotiables, like rent, food, and utilities. Wants are things you desire but can live without, like a new pair of shoes or a night out with friends. Savings, on the other hand, are funds set aside for future use, like an emergency fund or retirement. So, what tools can you use to track your income and expenses? There are numerous apps available that can do this for you, some even categorizing your expenses automatically. But if you're more of a traditionalist, a simple spreadsheet or even a notebook can work just as efficiently. What matters most is consistency. Remember, the goal is not to judge your spending, but to understand it. It's like a mirror showing you where your money goes. Once you have this knowledge, you can adjust your habits, make informed decisions, and ultimately, create a budget that works for you. Once you have a clear picture of your income and expenses, it's time to set your financial goals. Setting goals is a pivotal step in crafting a budget that works. These goals can be categorized into 2 broad types: short-term and long-term. Short-term goals are those you aspire to achieve within a year or 2. These could be saving up for a vacation, paying off a credit card debt, or even buying a new gadget. On the other hand, long-term goals are more substantial and usually take several years to accomplish. This could include saving for a down payment on a house, your child's education, or your retirement. Your goals will serve as the guiding lights of your budget, steering your financial decisions. Moreover, they will also provide the motivation needed to stick to your budget. After all, who doesn't want to see their dreams come to fruition? Your financial goals are the roadmap to your financial success. With your income, expenses, and financial goals in mind, you can now create your budget. Think of your budget as a roadmap. It's a guide that shows you how to allocate your income to different categories based on the expenses you've tracked and the goals you've set. Each category represents a destination, and your job is to navigate your finances so you can reach each one. Let's start with the essentials. These are things like housing, food, utilities, and transportation. A general guideline is to allocate about 50% of your income to these necessities. However, this percentage may vary based on your unique circumstances and lifestyle. Next, consider your financial goals. These might include saving for a vacation, paying off debt, or building an emergency fund. This is where the concept of paying yourself first comes into play. Rather than waiting to see what's left over after paying expenses, prioritize your savings. Allocate a portion of your income to your financial goals right off the bat. Then, allocate funds for your wants. These are expenses that aren't essential but enhance your quality of life, such as entertainment, dining out, or hobbies. A common recommendation is to allocate about 30% of your income to this category. Again, this percentage can be adjusted to fit your needs and goals. Lastly, don't forget to set aside some money for unexpected expenses. Life has a way of throwing curveballs, and having a buffer can help you navigate these surprises without derailing your financial goals. Remember, your budget should be flexible. It's not about restricting your spending to the point of deprivation. It's about making informed decisions and spending intentionally. If you find that a certain category is consistently over or underfunded, adjust your budget accordingly. Likewise, as your income, expenses, or goals change, so should your budget. In other words, a budget is a tool. It should work for you, not the other way around. So don't be afraid to tweak it, play around with it, and make it your own. A budget is not set in stone. It should evolve with your needs and circumstances. Creating a budget is only half the battle. The real challenge is implementing it. Now that we've set the stage, let's dive into some strategies to help you stick to your budget. Firstly, setting reminders can be a game changer. In the age of technology, our lives have become a whirlwind of tasks and events, and it's easy to lose track of our financial commitments. By setting regular reminders on your phone or calendar, you can ensure you're always on top of your budget and never miss a payment. Next, consider using cash for discretionary spending. This might sound old-fashioned, but it's a highly effective strategy. When you physically hand over cash, you feel the pinch, making you more conscious of your spending. Allocate a certain amount of cash for discretionary spending each month, and once it's gone, that's it. It's a simple and effective way to keep your spending in check. Now, on to our third strategy, reviewing your budget regularly. Your financial situation isn't static. It fluctuates with life's ups and downs. Maybe you got a raise at work, or perhaps an unexpected expense popped up. By reviewing your budget on a regular basis, you can adjust and tweak it to reflect your current financial reality. This not only keeps your budget relevant, but also encourages a proactive approach to managing your finances. But above all, remember that patience and consistency are key. Rome wasn't built in a day, and neither will your perfect budget be. There will be times when you overshoot your budget or face unexpected expenses. Don't beat yourself up about it. Instead, view these as opportunities to learn and improve. Sticking to a budget may be challenging, but remember, the rewards are worth the effort. You're not only working towards financial stability, but also cultivating habits that will serve you well throughout your life. So, keep at it, stay patient, and stay consistent. You're on the path to financial success. Creating a budget that works may seem daunting, but it's a manageable process when broken down into steps. Let's take a moment to revisit the steps we've discussed. First, we underscored the importance of tracking your income and expenses. This task forms the bedrock of any budgeting plan. By accurately recording your income and where it's spent, you're able to see the complete financial picture and identify potential areas for savings or adjustments. Next, we spotlighted the significance of setting your financial goals. These goals are the driving force behind your budget. Whether you're saving for a vacation, hoping to pay down debt, or simply aiming to build an emergency fund, your goals will help shape your budget and guide your spending. Then, we moved on to the creation of your budget. Using the information you've gathered from tracking your income and expenses, along with your financial goals, you've built a budget that reflects your reality and aspirations. Remember, a budget isn't set in stone. It's a flexible tool that should evolve with your needs. Finally, we touched on the implementation of your budget. This is where the rubber meets the road. Your budget is only as effective as your commitment to it. Consistency is key here. Regularly review and adjust your budget to ensure it's helping you meet your financial goals. Now it's your turn to embark on this budgeting journey. Don't be discouraged if you stumble along the way. Budgeting is a learning process, and it's okay to make adjustments as you go. Remember, the goal of budgeting is not to limit your spending, but to empower you to make informed financial decisions. So, are you ready to take control of your finances?